children. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
I hope you are all fine and safe.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
Okay, we'll go back to today's lesson.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Shall we go?
Shall we go to the next lesson, children? Yes,
Ma'am.
Good morning, children. I'm very happy to see you all. Children, I hope you're all fine and safe. Okay, children, today we are going to learn about the supplementary reading for term 1. Can you see here? Unit 1 supplementary reading, Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. We are going to learn about Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. Children, what are the things we are going to learn first is we are going to learn in detail about the author. Okay, then I will be reading some paragraphs from your reader. It is in page 99. Then afterwards I will be giving you detailed explanation about each paragraph. Okay, children, before moving on to the story, I just want to ask two questions. Can you tell me, see from the title itself, you know that Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. Okay, so now can you tell me what is our national animal? Can you tell me what is our national animal? Everybody knows that it is a tiger. Okay, we are going to learn about the tiger only in this story, the national animal. Okay, how Jim Corbett has captured this tiger and saved the village people. Once he was a hunter and later on he took a film camera to save the wildlife. Okay, naturalist means one who is well versed in and get to know about animals or plants. Before moving on to the lesson, I would like to remind to you about the 4 skills in English language. They are LSRW: listening, reading, speaking and writing. Now in class what we will do, we will interact with each other. I will be asking question and you will be answering to me, and you will be asking question and I will be answering to you. Now I am going to read things for you, read the lesson, and it is your duty. You have to follow the listening skill. You have to listen to my reading. Shall we move on to the to study about the author in detail? Okay, children, we are going to learn about today's story about Jim Corbett. Okay, Jim Corbett was born on 25th July 1875 to the British ancestry in the town of Nainital in the Kumaon of the Himalaya, now in the Indian state of Uttarakhand. He grew up in a large family of 16 children and was the 8th child of Christopher William Corbett and his wife Mary Jane. He was brought up which is surrounded by the dense forest of Shivalik range. He killed more than 50 tigers, more than 250 leopards and many other wild animals during his early days of hunting. Later he left the gun and took camera for saving wildlife. See here I have just written about the works, what and all he has done. He is considered to be one of the best writers on wildlife activities. Some of the Jim Corbett's books including Man Eaters of Kumaon, My India Jungle Lore, Temple Tiger, Man-Eating Leopard and Treetops to the name a few still remain on high demand among his followers and wildlife activities. Now listen, children, in my reading, what did you understand? See, first thing, he belongs to a large family. Okay, Jim Corbett belongs to a large family. The first one. How many children were there in his family? There were 16 children. The second point, he is the 8th child. He is the 8th child in the family. And what was his work, children? He killed more than how many tigers? I said he killed more than 50 tigers. Then he killed more than 250 leopards. Okay. So what is the work of Jim Corbett? He was, that is during his early days of hunting, he was a hunter, and later he left the gun. What did he do? He left the gun, and what did he took to save the wildlife? He took camera. Okay, he took camera and shot films, and he wanted to save the wildlife of the and he wanted to save the village people as per the British government instruction given to him. This you will learn in the later part of the story. Children, I am going to read the first 3 paragraphs from your supplementary reading. You can follow my reading. Okay. See here, Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. Edward James Corbett, popularly known as Jim Corbett, was a British wildlife photographer, hunter, tracker, naturalist and writer. He has hunted a number of man-eating tigers and leopards in India. He had a lot of experience with tigers and other wild animals. To shoot with his film camera, Corbett always preferred to hunt alone and on foot. He often hunted with Robin, his dog. Though he was an expert hunter, he admired his wildlife. He did not like to kill wild animals for pleasure or sport, but he did not hesitate to kill man-eating tigers or leopards. He hunted these animals only to help people and only at the request of the government. He took no joy from the kill. He often said that not against the law of nature but against the laws of human. So in the first paragraph of this lesson, Jim Corbett has explained in detail that he has a lot of experience with tigers and wild animals to shoot with the camera, and though he was an expert hunter, he admired the wildlife. Okay, according to the government request, he wanted to save the people, and that is why he often said that not against the law of nature but against the laws of human. That is, he never hesitated to kill man-eating tigers. Hesitate means, what is the meaning here? Pause before saying or doing something. Let us move on to the second paragraph. According to the theory, a tiger starts eating humans when they grow old or get hurt. As they cannot run fast, they start killing humans. People cannot run as fast as animals, so they become easy prey. After eating human flesh once, a tiger will not eat any other flesh. These tigers are called man-eaters. One of the important questions from this lesson is about man-eaters. How the tigers have become man-eaters. When they grow old, they will go and hunt in search of food. But what they started to kill? Humans, because humans cannot run as fast as tigers, right? That is why they become an easy prey to the tigers. His first man-eating tiger hunt was the Champawat Tiger. It was a Bengal tigress, responsible for nearly 436 deaths in Nepal and the Kumaon area of India. Her attacks have been listed in the Guinness World Book Records at the highest number of fatalities from a tiger. She was shot in 1907 by Jim Corbett. This was the tiger. The Champawat tiger was killing 436 deaths in Nepal, and it was a Bengal tigress. So the village people, they got very frightened of this tiger's escape, and they never went for any work or anything else. So that time only the government requested Jim Corbett to save these people. So what he did, he just shot the tiger in the year 1907. We will learn in the later part of the lessons. Coming back to the third paragraph, the tigress began her attacks in a Rupal village in western Nepal, Himalayas. Hunters were sent to kill the tiger, but she managed to escape from them. The Nepalese army, after failing to capture or kill the tiger, drove her across the border in India. There, she continued her killings in the Kumaon district. After her kills happened during the daylight, after several incidents, people stopped going to the forest to collect firewoods, fruits, roots, and other things. They were terrified to go out and refused to leave their huts for work after hearing her roar from the forest. The British government requested Jim Corbett to help the villagers. He agreed to hunt down the man-eater. So what did Jim Corbett did? He agreed to the government request and he started to hunt the man-eater. What was the man-eater here that we learned from this paragraph? That is the Champawat Tiger, the Bengal tigress, which causes what? Nearly 436 deaths in Nepal. We will see this in detail with the pictures. Okay, children? Children, I hope that you have listened to my reading of 3 paragraphs. Now, you can see the picture of Jim Corbett. Okay, he is a famous hunter as you read, and I am going to summarize the full 3 paragraphs for you right now. Jim Corbett was a British wildlife photographer, hunter, tracker, naturalist and a writer. He had hunted a lot of man-eating tigers and leopards, and you have learned in the beginning itself he killed more than 50 tigers and 250 leopards. He used to shoot the tigers and the wildlife animals with his film camera. Okay, and the only person which accompanied Jim Corbett is his dog. Okay, what is the dog name here? Robin. Okay, this is one of the characters in this story. Okay, can you see here? Yes. Now, Jim Corbett hunted these animals only to help the people and at the request of the government. You see here, Jim Corbett is having a gun and he's going with a gang of people to the village to hunt. That is the tiger on the hunt, Jim Corbett's safari. So, only with the request of the government, that is the British government requested Jim Corbett. That to save the village people, because the tiger escaped from that place and so the villagers were not able to go out for their regular work. So it is a man-eating tiger, and so Jim Corbett wanted to save these villagers according to the request given by the government. Now coming back to the later part of the that is the story. His first man-eating tiger hunt was the Champawat Tiger. It was a Bengal tigress responsible for nearly 436 deaths in Nepal and Kumaon area of India. Her attacks have been listed in the Guinness World Record, and number of fatalities from a tiger. She was shot in 1907 by Jim Corbett. That is, in the second and the third paragraph, we learned that the Champawat Tiger, it is the main tiger here. It is a Bengal tigress. Okay, how many people it killed? It killed more than 436 people. That is deaths in Nepal. Okay. Then it has been listed in the Guinness book. And Jim Corbett shot this tiger in the year 1907. Okay, that is what you learnt in the third paragraph of the story, right? So what the author is trying to tell here is she managed to escape and people were frightened to go to the forest to collect what? The next part of the story you are going to learn, that is, see here, after her kills happened during the daylight, after several incidents, people stopped going into the forest to collect firewoods, fruits, roots and other things. They were terrified to go out and refused to leave their huts for work. Hearing her roar from the forest, the British government requested Jim Corbett to help the villagers. He agreed to hunt down the man-eater. You can see the pictures here, how Jim Corbett is packed up with full of people in order to save the village people. That was the main important thing is mentioned here. That is, he has to save the villagers. The next thing, all her kills happened during daylight, and the people were stopped going into the forest. They were not able to go and do their regular duty. Suppose if a tiger comes, can we keep the tiger as a pet animal? We cannot do that. So everybody was in fear, and they were able to hear the roaring sound of the tiger. So they were having lots of fear, and they were avoiding themselves to go for the regular work. So as per the government request, Jim Corbett, he just wanted to save the people. He started to hunt this man-eating tiger. Okay. Children, we have come to the last part of the story of part 1. I am going to conclude with this. I hope that you have understood my reading, as well as I hope that you were listening to me. Children, I want you to go through the lesson again. You can open your reader and you can read the 3 paragraphs what is being read today in the class. The next thing, you take up your assignments and the worksheets, whatever is assigned for you. Okay children, this is only part 1 we have learnt. The next remaining part 2 of the story will be taught to you in the next class. Okay, till that, be safe. Okay children, and we will meet you in the next class. Thank you children. Children, I have attached an enrichment video along with this story that is named 360-degree Underwater National Park. You can watch the video and you can enjoy it and come back to the next class. Thank you children.